on, girls. Come on. Come on. Come on, girls.
So our project actually started here, bringing in a guy to clear brush off a pasture that hadn't had cows in it in close to 50 years. It had grown up pretty heavily in willow and alderbrush. So Dawn's been working for a couple weeks now, slowly spreading out the brush. You can see where she's pushed tree roots and anything sticking up rocks with the skid steer, so that we've got a nice smooth path here behind us, so we can put the fence down the middle of this trail, and again we can get on both sides of it with the mower to keep it nice and smooth. And the fence will continue this way all the way along up to, you see where that power pole is the Koski Road, and that'll be the west corner of the fence, and there it'll turn south and hook up with the other pasture. So there's still a lot of handwork that happens with putting in posts. There've got to be double corner posts with a stretcher in between at every corner. I mean, we do have an auger to dig the holes. So next comes stringing wire.
You can go closer to the middle. You can go closer to the middle. That's good.
We had to build a frame for the wire reel to sit in so that we could safely drag the wire out with the skid steer. With the wire stretched and connected at both ends on the wooden posts, then we went along and drove in the fence posts. Again, we had to build a little post driver that fit on the underside of the bucket so we could use the skid steer to drive the poles.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, here's the first section of fence. Now that we've done the clearing, we've actually got the poles in. You can see the fence is stretched pretty tight, and the ground is pretty smooth, so that we'll be able to take our brush mower out here and mow it in the future on both sides of the fence, so we can keep weeds off the fence line. Okay, come down. Oh, lift up a little bit. Now down. Yep. So here's the completed south line of the fence. You can see how we've used the same system with the high tensile of loop insulators, and these are the tighteners that keep the wire tight. Now, if it stretches or a deer runs into it or a cow runs into it, we can crank these tighter sometime in the future. You see how we've looped each line together using Nyco press, and then you'll see an underground line that runs all the way down there is dug in underneath these gates. So we don't need to have a wire across the gates. The gates are just chained, and those blocks keep them from blowing around. And then the line comes up here and connects to this side. And we've got tighteners on this short stretch right here that runs over to the building and beyond along the north edge of the buildings of our rental farm. You can see where we've tied it up to the old fence through this sheep wire. We've got it connected to the hot wire right there. And you see where we've tied off to this new post using loop insulators and Nyco press. And the hot line comes in right through there and is Nyco pressed right there. And then that lights up this line going to the north up to that corner.
Come on, girls. Come on. Come on. Come on, girls. Come on, Kelly. Come on.
Come boss, come boss. So this is high tensile fence, electrified 3 strands. We found that sufficient for keeping the cows in. And you can see it stretching off behind me. And it's complete now on this section. So about $1,000 worth of fencing and a couple of weeks of hard work, but it's all ready for the cows. The cows are actually in here, and they're grazing the open spots now. So from here you can see the paddock that was existing out there. We had to rebuild that gate. And now we're beginning the process of clearing brush with a new brush hog. And our goal is to clear all this brush this winter to open up another 5 acres of grazing in the spring.